Hi guys. So it was my birthday in September 19th, and for my birthday we went to a favorite used bookstore of mine, and I also got some other books for my birthday as well, and so I thought I'd do my September book haul video. First and foremost I want to share is Grady Hendrix. I haven't read him yet, but when I read the description for this book, I knew I had to have it. It is a beautiful book. I love the black side of the pages, and if you open it up, the cover has like all this encrypted writing on it. It's like backwards apparently, sort of like, you know, a record player. Play the song backwards, you get a terrible message. And so I'm really looking forward to get into this. This will, like I said, if I read this one first, before any other Grady Hendrix books, not including Paperbacks from Hell, of course, I'm talking about his fiction, then it will be my first. But I love the concept of this book, so I think this will probably be coming very shortly after the readathon by Books in the Freezer. I was also excited to see this. Now, people might shoot me for not having read this author, but I've never read Gillian Flynn, and so I thought I'd go with Dark Places. Saw it there, and I thought I'd pick it up. And lately I've been also watching her adapted HBO show for Sharp Objects, and I'm loving it so far. It's so dark and depressing and yet beautiful. And so yeah, I've been enjoying the hell out of that lately, and I really can't wait to dig into this author. I've been checking her out on BookTube and elsewhere, and a lot of people really love her work. And actually, there was a friend of mine on Facebook who posted they posted a quote from one of her books. I forget which one, and it just the way it read was just like water. It was beautiful. Another BookTube responsible purchase of mine, I got this with a birthday gift card from Amazon, is Kill River by Cameron Rubik. I've seen a lot of people talking about this book, and I'm a big fan of 80s slashers. Maybe not so much lately up until recently, but you know, I watch a lot of 80s horror films, and so this comes highly recommended if you like 80s slasher flicks, and so I can't wait to read it. And it just looks like a lot of fun. I love that cover, just that skull. My son saw it and he was like, ah! He's like 5 years old. I also got this book. For some reason I thought that I had it pre-ordered when it came out, but it turns out I didn't. So I got it near the end of, I purchased it near the end of August and got it in September, and it's Blood Standard by Laird Barron. It's not his first foray into crime, but it's his first novel into crime, and I believe, yeah, it's published under a new Putnam Penguin, I guess. So looks like that'll be interesting. And I've been finding a lot of these lately in used bookstores. The last one was The Thing by Ellen Dean Foster. Now this one is by Curtis Richards and his novelization of Halloween. I love Halloween. It would be interesting to see this done as a book. I think you could really play around with the characters and their feelings and what they're thinking in book form. So that'll be fun. Jack Ketchum, I've read a few books of his, but not as much as I would like. I met him back in 2007, I think, at the Toronto Expo. He's a really fantastic guy, and actually got to see the adaptation of his book, The Lost, the movie being the same title in the same theater as him while I was there. And that was really fun. Afterwards, he did a question and answer session, and I was just that's something that'll stick in my memory for the rest of my life. And when I saw this, I'd never heard of this one before. At least I don't remember it. And it's Jack Ketchum, obviously, as I was talking about him. Cover. This actually has to do with a war vet. I can't remember which war it is. Here, just let me read you the synopsis. Lee is a veteran who came back from the war a changed man. He's haunted and scarred, and his grip on reality is weakening, especially since his wife and son left him. He keeps to himself deep in the woods, but today he's not alone. A group of weekend campers have intruded on this fragile world. For Lee, this means he's back in the war. For the unsuspecting visitors, it means a fight to stay alive. Yeah. Jack Ketchum is an awesome writer, so I cannot wait to dig into that. These next two are books I've been meaning to read for a long time. I believe, if I'm correct, it's about giant spiders taking over the world. And yeah, I believe it started with Feeding Ground by Sarah Pinborough. And if I'm correct at this being the first, then this is the second. And that's Breeding Ground. These books just look like a hell of a lot of fun. I've read some Sarah Pinborough before. She's always a fun read, and these look like they're no exception. I can't wait. I was hoping to find more of those, cheesy 80, with the skeleton on the covers, horror books at my favorite used bookstore, but I didn't find any of that. What I did find but I did find one actually, and it's not a cheesy horror cover, still a pretty cool horror cover, but it's by an author who passed away a few years ago, Rick Hatala. This is 1988 by Zebra Books, and Rick Hatala's book, Little Brothers. I really like that cover. There's like something in the woods watching you. In Maine, little brothers can be hell. And one more. Me and Jen, my wife, we used to watch the Thin Man movies all the time. We watched them, I guess, around 2007 and 8, maybe around 2010. And we haven't really watched them since, but we own the movies on DVD, and I'd like to revisit them. But first, I would like to read the book by Dashiell Hammett, The Thin Man. I was really happy to see this there, and I've been meaning to read this for a long time, and it will be a lot of fun. Alright, so that is it for my September book haul. And as I said in my last video, that I have some other videos already set up and ready to put out, so uploading them onto YouTube can sometimes take for frickin' ever. So it always all depends on that. So stay tuned, keep being creative, and we will see you in the next video.